I did a full day of work, brand calls, planning future videos, brainstorming new content, and I did almost all of it on the move without a laptop in front of me. No notebook, no typing during meetings, no I'll write that up later guilt. But I still walked away with full transcripts, clean summaries, action items, and even mind maps ready to go. And it all came from two little gadgets. This is the Plaud Note Pin S, and this is the Plaud Note Pro. And together with Plaud's app and desktop, they've basically become my second AI brain for calls, meetings, and random ideas that hit me during the day. And together, they act like a real-world AI agent that captures and amplifies everything you think, say, and do throughout the day. Hey everyone, it's Andy from Mr. Yoo-Hoo. And if you watched the channel before, you know I've already reviewed Plaud's earlier devices, the original Plaud Note and the first Plaud Note Pin. And I loved both of them for one simple reason. They turned messy conversations into something I could actually use. But since then, Plaud has evolved from clever AI recorder into a full AI note-taking platform. Instead of just gadget that records, it's now a whole workspace that captures what you say, extracts the important bits, and then lets you actually utilize that intelligence across your workflow. And I've just shown you here the Plaud Note Pin and the Plaud Note Pro, as you can see. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I've been using the Note Pin S and Note Pro as a creator in real life. We'll test them on a brand call, an in-person meeting, brainstorming out and about, and I'll even show an online meeting using the Plaud desktop. I'll show you how Plaud Intelligence turns all of that into transcripts, multidimensional summaries, and mind maps. How Ask Plaud works in practice, and how Autoflow quietly automates half the admin for you. By the end, guys, you know whether Plaud is worth plugging into your own workflow, whether you're a creator like me, in sales, a lawyer, a doctor, or anyone who lives in conversations all day. And guys, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and check the link for the description for Plaud. There'll be discounts and the details down there, and also support your channel. And we'll also have links to all the previous Plaud devices, as well as the current ones as well. So guys, start with what's actually new. Well, it's in three words: capture, extract, and utilize. Capture is everything you can say, hear, and think during a day, in person, on your phone, or online. Extract is Plaud's AI transcription and multi-dimensional summaries, taking those raw recordings and turning them into clear transcripts, meeting summaries, action items, risks, decisions, and even mind maps. So we're going to show you exactly how that works at the moment by using live calls as well. You can see with the Plaud Note Pin as well there, you can actually plug this onto your shirt, you can wear it on your wrist, wear it around your neck. It's great. And then you utilize the fun part: searchable meeting history, Ask Plaud for instant answers, Autoflow to auto email notes, and a unified workspace that follows you from Note Pin S to Note Pin Pro, to Plaud desktop, to the app and the web. Over 1.5 million professionals across more than 170 countries, guys, are using Plaud as their AI work companion. This is where Plaud starts to feel less like a tool and more like an AI agent working alongside you. Instead of just recording conversations, it actually extends my memory and my thinking. So let's start with the Plaud Note Pro, because it's now basically glued to my phone. Before we jump into workflow, it's worth quickly showing you what these actually are. The Plaud Note Pro is the ultra slim one that sits in the back of the phone. It's just 2.99 millimeters thin, weighs only 30 grams, and has 64 gig of storage, up to 30 hours of recording, and up to 60 days of standby. So it's really built for phone calls, desk work, and that more structured side of the day. It has smart dual mode recording, so it can switch between phone call and in-person capture, depending on what you're doing. The Plaud Note Pin S is a tiny wearable one. It weighs only 17.4 grams, gives you about 20 hours of continuous recording, 40 days of standby, and the same 64 gig of storage. But the real difference is how versatile it is physically. You can wear it as a lanyard, on a wristband, with a magnetic pin, or with a clip. So the Note Pro feels like the one for calls and more formal work. The Note Pin S feels like the one for meetings, interviews, brainstorming, and live from the move. And both plug in the same Plaud ecosystem. So you've captured the conversation, idea, or meeting. Plaud Intelligence can turn to transcripts, summaries, mind maps, and all the useful outputs we're about to look at. Anyway, let's jump in and have a look at it now. We're going to set up a scenario now where I'm actually doing a call with a brand. So listen to the part of the call, and then we're going to go in detail about how it actually works. So guys, just got off a call just then with the solar company. We're doing a full solar installation tomorrow for a customer, for a project we're doing. So it was an 11-minute phone call. We went through details about the project, how it's going to work. Now, as you can see, here it is on the Plaud Note. It's done through the Plaud Note Pro, not through the Plaud Pin S. But as you can see, it gives a full summary of the conversation. So you can see here, solar panel installation, overview, background, pain points. So it kind of goes through the customer's uncertain, lax clarity regarding technical specifications of the new solar system. If you're reading through there as well, it kind of goes through some of the questions we had. So it was a technical conversation about how it all works. If we go back a step as well, it gives highlights in a summary. So if we go to the recording highlights, this is where I press the button down. You can see it's made to film the upcoming solar installation process to create educational YouTube content. So that's when I press the button. So that was a key point about what we're covering. It gives the meeting minutes about each of the meeting people, how they did it. It gives a decision summary about it. So down there, what the plan is, discussion points. So now we can go away now and have a plan for what's going to happen tomorrow, which is recorded. You can see you got the mind map down there below as well of the conversation happened. As you can see, it goes through all the different sections, what we spoke about. You can add speaker names in here if you want. We can ask questions, for example, how's installation? And it goes through and answers it the best it can from the information you've got. So you've got all the information there. You've got meeting minutes as well about the actual segment of the conversation. I mean, guys, it truly does capture everything. It really is incredible. And it's so much different than just not having it. Now, every one of my calls, any meetings I have, it records it all for me and it's all available at the touch of a button. It really is brilliant. With Note Pro, I attach it to the back of my phone, flip it to call mode, and I put the phone on the table like normal. I'm not juggling a notebook. I'm not half listening while I type. I can just focus on the conversation. While I'm talking, Note Pro is capturing the call audio. When a call ends, I don't have to do anything clever. Thanks to Plaud's Autoflow. The auto clip automatically transfers from the device to the Plaud app. While I go make a coffee, Plaud Intelligence kicks in. It runs AI transcription using frontier models like ChatGPT 5.2, Claude Sonnet, and Gemini 3 Pro. That automatically generates a transcript, a structured summary, key points, decisions, and action items, all in the one template which I've picked. The thing I love with the Plaud Note Pro is how I use it when I'm exercising on the beach. So as you can see, I'm here on the Gold Coast. I walk every morning, and I ought to use this when I'm walking to take notes. So I have it in the back of my phone, press the button, start taking notes, and when I get back there, it's there for me in the morning. So it's very great for notes, to know what you're doing, and it sits on the back of your phone, and what a fantastic device, and really fits in with my lifestyle here at the Gold Coast. And the great thing is, guys, once I sit down a few minutes later, the whole call is waiting for me. Who said what we agreed, deadlines, risks, all neatly laid out. Autoflow can even email that summary to my inbox or to a project email automatically, so the notes are right in place without me touching a keyboard. Guys, for someone like me who does a lot of deals and brand work, that alone is huge. And as you can see in the transcript there, you can see exactly how I broke all that down. You can see usable, verifiable information. The great thing about having the Plaud Note Pro as well is because it sits on your phone, you don't have to worry about using your phone with it as well. It does it automatically. So you have to pick up your phone, press record, it does it automatically, which is absolutely great. Now let's have a look at the Note Pin S, which you can see just here. Now I've got the clip on me at the moment. Now this is a tiny wearable that clips to your shirt or jacket with a magnetic pin, or you can wear it on a lanyard. Now guys, it's super light, as you can see here. Has dual microphones that can pick up voices around a table, and a battery life that runs for hours of recordings and weeks of standby. Say if I'm outside like I am at the moment and I want to do a bit of a brainstorming session, I can put on my shirt, press the plus button there now, and it starts recording automatically. Now you can also press it as well to highlight it, so Plaud Note S can actually mark it as a moment. The highlight becomes gold later. It's just something I don't get with normal voice recorders. They treat everything the same. Plaud lets me signal what actually matters. When the conversation sinks into Plaud, those highlighted moments are used as anchors for the AI. The summaries, key points, and insights lean hard on these segments. It feels like you're actively training the AI to care about without stepping out of the conversation. Now again, Plaud Intelligence handles heavy lifting. I get a full transcript, clean summary, mind map, views of conversation, and a list of to-dos. I can search by the meeting by topic, person, or even something vague, like the pricing change we mentioned with Plaud. And Ask Plaud will surface the right section. Another thing is when I'm walking along the beach in the Gold Coast, I love to exercise. I click Plaud Note S, hit record, and I could talk to myself like I'm explaining the video to a friend. The device captures everything, and later Plaud Intelligence turns that into a structured mind map, set of bullet point ideas, and even a draft outline for a script. So for me, I can actually create ideas on the go. Guys, let me show you now exactly how that works. Guys, as you can see, I'm outside in the backyard. I love to do brainstorming as I'm walking around. The great thing with the Plaud Note S is you can just hold it down and you can actually start doing it. So I'm going to do the brainstorming now and show you how it works with the transcription, summaries, etc. So hold it down. So start a recording just like that. So maybe I want to do some video ideas for next month. So Andy, what I'm thinking about planning for next month is a series of videos about JBL speakers and headphones. We've done quite a lot of reviews in the past, and what I want to do is start to identify which speakers are best working. I also want to do that with Edifier as well. So ideas we could have is what are the best 5 JBL speakers? What are the best 5 Edifier speakers? You know, what are the ways we can do it? And what other questions do I have? So there you go, guys. So what I can do now is when I finish doing the brainstorm, I could just hold down here, you hit 2 presses, and then you go across to the Plaud Note, and it actually downloads. So We're waiting for it to sync at the moment. So as you can see, there it is just there, ready to generate, so you can hear me talking. So start recording just like that. So maybe I want to do some video ideas for next month. So Andy, what I'm thinking about planning for next month is a series of then we press about generate. JBL speakers and headphones. So what it does is generate the AI script. We'll come back to you in a moment when it's done and show you how it works. So there you go, guys. Just finished transcription summary for us. Now, as you can see, it's put it down into actual headings, titles, so it's usable information. So the dynamic, the gist, kind of goes what the gist is. If speaker show to record and map out next month's content strategy, focuses a series of videos about JBL speakers and headphones. Things to remember. So what it does, it takes the information and actually puts it into a way that you can actually use. You see, the thing is, when you do so many meetings, you walk away and there's nothing to actually use with it. It does it automatically for you. It goes through kind of the key things we picked up. Remember we said we're going to do edifier as well. What are the best 5 JBL speakers? So I've got to create a series of videos about JBL speakers, include edifier speakers, similar video series. So it gives you a lot more to do. And also does conversation threads as well. So see the mind map on there as well, which you can expand. So you can actually turn it over so you can go that way. You can actually zoom in on it too to see kind of the different aspects of it. Now this is very simplified. We'll show you in a moment the more complex one. Down here you can ask some more information. So basically what you can do is you can ask Siri questions about the review. So then it goes through the summary of what you've done and actually gives you a response as well. So as you can see, it's giving a lot of information there. So it really is great and makes information usable straight away. And you can also play the video there. You can see the transcript. So it really is excellent. So that's another way that it works. We've got Plaud Desktop. It's a software site that comes with the device. Once you have a Note Pin or a Note Pro, you can install Plaud Desktop on your computer and quietly watch for online meetings, Zoom, Google Meets, Teams, and so on. When a meeting starts, the Plaud Desktop will let you begin a secure real-time audio capture without adding a bot into the call. So there's no recording bot has joined, popping up and changing the vibe. At the end of the meeting, the recording goes in the same Plaud intelligence pipeline, AI transcript, multidimensional summaries, key points, action items, and is stored alongside all your in-person and phone conversations. The end result is Plaud is at 2 separate gadgets. It's one shared workspace for your conversations, whether they happen on the phone, in a cafe, in a Zoom room, or out on a walk. And it really is a complete all-in-one ecosystem. I absolutely love it. So let's quickly talk about Plaud Intelligence, actually feels like, and my use day to day. The transcription has been very solid in my testing, even my accent in different environments. The multi-dimensional summaries are genuinely useful. You don't just get one generic block of text, you can see the main summary, a list of decisions, risks, next steps, and even a visual mind map, if you're more of a visual thinker. Ask Plaud is like having search plus an assistant on top of your entire meeting history. Instead of clicking through 10 recordings, I can ask, what do we agree with Plaud about the Note Pin S video length? Or show me all the action items related to Freebeat and gives me answers with links back to the right meetings. Autoflow, guys, is a quiet hero as well. It transfers audio directly from the device to the app and generates all your things like transcripts and summaries, etc. It turns a whole chain of manual steps into something that just happens in the background. Everything syncs through Plaud's secure cloud. So if I record on my Note Pin S or Note Pro, then review on my phone, on Plaud Web or on Plaud Desktop. Storage is effectively unlimited for normal use, so I'm not constantly deleting old meetings to make room for new ones. And guys, on the pricing side, you're probably wondering, subscription behind the smartest AI features. You get 3 minutes included each month for transcription AI processing, which will be plenty for light users. If you're a power user doing hours and hours of meetings, you can buy 10 more minutes or move up a plan. Guys, for me, I just treat it as part of the cost of doing business, the same way I think about my editing software. So guys, who do I think Plaud is really for? So if you're in sales or business development, constantly doing calls and doing meetings, this makes a lot of sense. If you're a doctor, lawyer, consultant, journalist, or creator, like me who lives in interviews, Plaud can generally change how you work, because it turns we talked about it into a here's exactly what we said and what happens next. If you barely have any meetings, you're just casual playing with AI once a month, guys, this is still good as well, because you can start to record your notes. I mean, I can even use it for diary entries, for example, so it keeps track of what's happening in my life. Another area where Plaud clearly differentiates itself from other note-taking tools is their deep commitment to user data privacy and compliance. As you can see here, there's a number of different privacy and compliance areas that they've actually done, which is absolutely fantastic. But overall, after using the new Note Pin S and Note Pro and Plaud Desktop together, this feels less like just another gadget and more like an actual AI work companion. It captures my conversations wherever they happen, extracts the useful information with AI transcripts and multidimensional summaries, and it lets me utilize the knowledge later with Ask Plaud, Autoflow, and a unified workspace that lives across all my devices. And guys, as you can see from my live demos, it has generally transformed the way I handle meetings and ideas. I'm less worried about missing something, I'm less buried in notebooks, and I'm generally getting more out of the time I already spent talking. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description and a pinned comment with all the details. You can also see the links to the Plaud Note S and the Plaud Note as well, which we did previously. They're good videos as well. Guys, have a look at all of it and check out what works for your workflow as well. As you can see, they're all there. And let me know in the comments how you use an AI note-taking setup like this in sales, medicine, content creation, or something else entirely. And guys, we've really enjoyed listening to it. It's Andy from Mr. Yoo-Hoo, and I'll see you in the next one.